Well, hello to my subscribers, new subscribers, and YouTube viewers and Twitter followers. This is Park City, Utah. I grew up in Park City. It was awesome growing up there as a kid. I don't think it's so awesome right now. It's full of all the fun parts of Park City is all about money, but oh well. Life has changed. I was fortunate enough to be a kid in Park City. And this is a website where you could go watch some live webcams of Park City, around Park City and things, which is pretty awesome. This is Main Street. Main Street, a live shot of Main Street, which is pretty fun. This used to be my dad's restaurant and hotel when I was a kid. Spent a lot of time in that hotel and restaurant. It was pretty fun times, I'll tell you. Fun times and bad times. Being the owner's son wasn't always the best thing to be, but I got some good steaks and seafood. I really didn't eat the seafood much, but I got enough steaks. That's the only bad thing about this website. You only get so many seconds or so, and then you gotta reconnect. But my dad doesn't own the old claim jumper anymore. It's pretty flattering. My dad and his partners have sold the claim jumper probably 20 years ago or more now. Time flies when you're having fun. And Park City has sure changed a lot since I was a kid. I've been in Park City for a good 20 years or so, but I like to go to Google Earth and cruise around on Google Earth and look at Park City, but boy, I'd be lost. When I was a kid, Main Street was always a fun place. I used to have my hotel room was right there that my dad let me have when I was a kid. And that was pretty fun because you could look out the window. You can look out the window, and Main Street has a pretty mean slope to it, boy. It's not, Park City's not made for old people. Yeah, be screaming unless you have a hover round or something. Then your hover round be saying, "Get off me, I need a break." But you'd get a workout. But Main Street was always a fun place to be. If I was staying in the hotel for some crazy reason, my dad had a house out in Prospector Square, but he used to own there used to be a bucket, a building right across the street from the Claim Jumper called the Bucket. That's changed hands, and we lived there for a while, which was real cool. Not too private because you always have tourists looking in and stuff like, "Hi, what's that? Families in there." But the Claim Jumper was fun. The third floor, we let the employees live up there. They paid a little rent, but they're pretty much ski bums back then. They just wanted a nighttime job, dishing, busting tables, cooking, and wake up in the morning and hit the slopes. This webcam's pretty cool. You have abilities to change positions here. Different locations on Main Street. Upper Main Street, we can look at that. As a kid, though, it was always fun to open up the window and just listen to people. They get tired walking up Main Street, and all the bars. You start from the top of Main Street, hit all the private clubs or beer bars, and they'd get all drunk and start coming out of the bars, kind of twisted, and then they start walking down Main Street. Then they get cold and tired and start running, and then that was the mistake. Now, once you start running down Main Street, it's hard to stop. And this time of year in December, Doesn't look like Park City's got a lot of snow. It looks like some roofs have some snow, but normally Park City is just hammered. We'll have to come back in the daytime and watch it. This is a live video of Main Street. They have little Main Street cams here. General store. Let's see what this one's all about. It's not the best website I've seen, but it's free. It's a free website to go to, General Store. But Park City was made in a valley, kind of, in between the mountains and stuff, so it was always work out to go walk up Main Street. You'd be getting tired pretty quick. And if most of the homes were up in this area up there or behind the camera here. If you lived up over here, boy, that was a walk. They had some wooden stairs built in the old mining days. It used to be old silver mining town. And they made some wood stairs for people to walk up and down to get down the Main Street, do some shopping or whatever they need to do on Main Street, go to the post office. Looks like they locked me out of control here. But this is kind of upper Main Street area. But let's see what we can do. We'll try to get back here. Let's go to Lower Main Street, overlooking my dad's old restaurant. I've been told the old Claim Jumper's now kind of an art gallery building now. People are selling arts and stuff. When I was a kid, there used to be a hardware store about right here, which was awesome. And that was like my candy store. It had hardware from early 50s and 40s in it to modern stuff. It was Art Grant's hardware, which was very awesome. And all this is new. They tore down Art's hardware store and they built a building in between the Claim Jumper. Boy, some of the third floor, second floor windows are looking at walls now. But poor Art Grant, he used to live on top of his hardware store, and our third floor employees were pretty good party animals. I'm pretty sure Art Grant had an earful. So, yeah, crazy memories. But yeah, my dad used to have where that building's at. Used to be a parking lot for the Claim Jumper. So if we ever wanted to try to get the building back and turn it into a Claim Jumper again, it would be impossible. Looks like they're letting people park on Main Street again. There's some years they try different things, saying, "Oh, parking on Main Street," and that gets to be a pain. But the only good thing about Park City is they have a free bus system that will drive you up and down Main Street and take you around Park City for free. And that's pretty neat because it goes into the ski resorts. It goes into Park City Ski Resort, and then it goes into Deer Valley Ski Resort area, the lower part. They don't go to the top. But they do a big circle and they drive into Prospector Square and all that. So you really don't need a car, but unfortunately, Park City is 45 minutes away from Salt Lake. So you do need a car to get up there, unless you I guess they might have vans that drive people to Park City and stuff like that. Like I said, that's one good thing about Park City. You really don't need a car. There's a free bus system that drives you around. town for free. In wintertime, they have ski racks, so you could bring your skis along. The only problem is walking around Park City in ski boots. That's pretty hard on your feet if you've ever been snow skiing. Those snow boots are not fun to walk around. Not fun to walk around in. They're okay for ski lodges to get a beer or something. But if you're a drinker, Utah's not a big drinking state. You can do it, but to get alcohol in Utah, you have to go join a private club. You have to spend probably $20 for a membership, but you usually get about 5 people per membership. Yeah, you can have 5 guests on your membership, so you bring 5 people along with you or something. Or there's flat out beer bars, and beer bars are okay, but Utah is a crazy state. They don't have regular 6-point beer in Utah. They do in the liquor stores, but you'll be spending a lot of money buying 6-point beer in a liquor store. They only have 3-2 beer, which still gets you kind of really drunk, but still takes a lot of it to do it. So if you're a drinker, I'm saying it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. Bring some beer money with you. The beer bars are free. You don't need to worry about going into a beer bar. You just go in and have a drink, have a beer. But that's all you're gonna get: beers and soda pop, and maybe a hamburger or something. Because Utah does make you have to serve food if you have a liquor license. So most beer joints will have hamburgers or something to try to feed you while you get kind of comfy. But do I miss Park City? If I could go back as a kid, I would love Park City. Park City had a lot of fun places to hike and camp and fish. Just right outside of Park City, there's some good fishing places out there. They had a little place called Kitch Creek that you drive past as you come into Park City. And that had some good rainbows and brook trout and browns. And if you wanted to get in your car or pickup, whatever vehicle you chose to have in Park City, most people had like 4-wheel drives. I had a Chevy Blazer, which was cool. Then you could really go up somewhere out towards Heber or Oakley, little Mormon communities outside of Park City. That would get you into the Uintas a little bit, and you can do some good fishing up there. But like I said, I've been there for probably 25 years, and all this is just all incredible to me to see what kind of craziness has developed throughout those 25 years of not being around. General store, Lower Main Street, Bald Mountain Peak. I tried that one, but the camera seems to be whacked out of whack here. Let's see. There he goes. Yep. I don't know. That looks like it's supposed to be Upper Main Street, but the camera's kind of out of whack. You can't control the camera here. There's no control over the cameras. Let's see. Choose position. I'll go back to Lower Main Street. Try it again. There you go. But yeah, Main Street was always a fun time, especially when the bars were starting to close. The drunk people would come down and start running and falling on their butts and running in. They'd stop by hitting a parked car. You'd hear the big fat people screaming, "I can't stop!" And then they'd biff it. And they're like, "Oh crap!" It's too bad they don't have a temperature reading on this thing. Doesn't look like they're too cold, but it gets pretty cold in Park City. When I was in my 20s, I still lived in Park City, and sometimes it would be like 25 below, and that's not too good. I did make a big mistake one time about some cross-country skis, thinking, hey, Park City has a pretty good slope down Main Street, all the way down to the shopping grocery store, Alpha Beta. They got an Alpha Beta. I don't know if it's still there, but they used to have Alpha Beta. But thought, cross country skiing would be awesome. It is if you got a trail. You got fresh snow and there's not a trail, you're gonna have a workout. And boy, that was a workout. Didn't do that again. I stuck to paths that were already cut for me. That made it more enjoyable. But the price of skiing is so outrageous in Park City. It's like $150 a day, I've been told. It's like, oh, when I was into skiing 30 years ago, it was like $3 to ski all day. And you're always wanting to buy a season's pass so you can pick and choose the days you want to ski anytime you felt like it. But went to elementary school in Park City as a kid, and every Friday was awesome. We got to go ski half the day. School let out around 11 or something. The only bad thing is you had to drag your skis and your ski boots up to school with you. And we lived just below Woodside there, behind the climb jumper over in this area. And it was hilly, and carry skis and ski boats to school. That was a pain in the butt. Cold mornings, here you are freezing, carrying your damn skis to school. The old Marsac Elementary used to be behind the climb jumper, a little bit further up Main Street, but behind Main Street. And they had the stairs from hell to climb when you were a kid. You're like, oh crap, will we make it to the school? But we did get to learn to ski while you went to school in Park City, so that was pretty sweet. So PE was learning how to ski. But other than that, just a little time capsule video of Park City. Like I said, Claim Jumper's been out of business for good 25, almost 30 years now. They still haven't taken down the old Claim Jumper signs here. They removed the small ones. That used to be called the Down Under. And that was my dad's private bar in the basement there. And that was pretty fun. And they still got the old cowboy on the side of the Clam Jumper. But looks like they did a little bit of remodeling up on the top of the roof here. They nuded it because when I was a kid, I used to love to go on the Clam Jumper. They had pea gravel ballast for the roof up there with tar, but it's loose gravel too. And when I was a kid, there used to be an old pink house that used to sit right there. And had a tin roof on it. So when some of my dad's patrons come out down under kind of drunk and going into the parking lot, this used to be a parking lot, and the pink house was right over there. And the parking lot was kind of dark, and I'd be on the roof and I'd get a handful of that pea gravel and chuck it and hit that pink house tin roof, and it sounded like a machine gun going off. Scare the hell out of those people. so, so yeah, I was a little stinker. Or you'd get on the claim jumper roof at night, and you'd have snow up there in the wintertime, and you could throw snowballs down and hit people. Hit people or cars passing by, and then you duck and run. But you'd probably end up in jail if you did that today. People are too sensitive. Alright, people, thanks for watching. But yeah, check out Park City's live webcams. It's a pretty fun little thing. And like I said, when you get to watch Main Street late at night, probably about 1 o'clock Mountain Time, when the bars start closing and the drunks come out, the Upper Main Street cam might be the fun one to watch, because that's usually where all the bars start at. They'd start at the top of Main Street and work down to my dad's club, and then go home. Go home or end up in jail on it too. Parks, Utah doesn't like people to drink and drive, so yep, don't be drinking and driving. You don't want to end up in the pokey. But yeah, I don't know. There used to be a Black Pearl up here somewhere. It was a nice private club. Everybody liked to go there. The beer bar was Alamo. I don't know if Alamo's still there on Main Street or not. But again, they'd come out of there feeling pretty good. If it was winter time, they'd get out of there feeling pretty good and realize, damn, it's cold, let's run to the car, and then they'd wipe out. Wipe out and land on their butts or land on somebody's hood, saying, I couldn't stop. It is quite the old steep slope there, so yeah. Memories. But yeah, old Marsac. You might be able to see the old Marsac. I think that might be still the city hall. They turned the elementary into a city hall before I left, and police department was up there. So I don't know if it's still that or not, but I know it's expensive to be in Park City these days. I wouldn't want to spend that kind of money to go ski, $150 a day to ski, and all you're gonna do is you gotta spend another $2,000 for skis, another probably $2,000 or $3,000 for a snowsuit or something to look cool on the slopes, and then another $5,000 when you bust your ankle or your knee or something or leg when you take a big tumble. And you're like, oh, I love snow skiing. That was the best money I spent. But people do it, I guess. Not my type of fun times, but I'd still probably do it. But now, since I have a spine disease, I can't do it as I would be able to do that without worrying about breaking my neck or my back or something. And I ain't gonna spend that kind of money to do that. I could do that by free. I could do that for free, just falling on my butt. That's why I gave up drinking. It's like, oh shit, I can't afford to get drunk and fall on my butt. Don't want to end up in a wheelchair for being stupid. But But yeah, unfortunately, I wish they had better cams. They used to be a little bit lower, but I don't know. Maybe people are starting to complain. Because, like I said, a lot of these shop owners have uh, their homes right above the shops. That's how Park City used to be. If you owned a shop, you probably had a bedroom above it or a little apartment above it, which made it real sweet. You're like, okay, we'll stock up the store and then go upstairs, go to bed, watch TV or whatever. Um, when I was a kid, we didn't watch TV. We couldn't get reception up there. Now they got cable. They got cable companies up there now that let you have internet and cable TV, so you're probably not missing anything. But you know, you're in Park City. Who wants to spend that kind of money to be watching TV or playing on the internet? It's more time. It's more fun to go in town, go on the main street, meet other people, and have a fun time. But yeah, I don't like this timeout crap here. But oh well, it doesn't take long to reconnect. But yep, pretty neat though. But Park City sure has changed. The city's loving it. They're like, oh, it's like old mining days. We're getting good tax money and all sorts of good things. City workers are happy, yes. Yeah. And being a free bus driver, that would be a fun job. Just driving people around all day. That'd be a pain in the butt because the streets are kind of narrow. At one point, Main Street used to be a one way due to the streets were so narrow. You'd have to go up Main Street and go behind Main Street and come back down. So looks like they've tried different things in Park City, trying to make it a little bit more car friendly. But Park City's never been a good car friendly town. It snows. Main Street's a real steep slope. Main Street, going up Main Street's a workout. Going down is a challenge because you feel like you want to start running, but you don't want to because you'll wipe out and hurt yourself or run into a parked car. And when it's snowing out, people are going to run into your car because they lose control, and then you got to go buy a new car. So it's like, oh shit, just bought this car. Here you are, smashing into it. So, yep, fun times at Park City. Alright, people, have a fun weekend. We'll talk to you later. This is where I grew up as a kid. It was fun times. I loved it. Actually, I kind of got lucky. Spent my I lucked out. I spent my winters in Scottsdale and my summers in Park City. Worked for my dad at Clam Jumper and went to school in Scottsdale. So did go up to Park City for Christmas to snow ski and stuff and visit my dad. But other than that, uh, didn't have to deal with the cold too much. Just for the 2 weeks we got off in high school for Christmas and got to snow ski a lot and eat some good steaks for the 2 weeks and then go back to school. Then come back in the summertime when school went out. So it was always fun though. Alright, well thanks for watching everybody. We'll talk to you later. But yeah, I'll leave the link up here on the video and you can check it out for yourselves. But like I said, usually late night would be pretty fun to see the drunks come out of the bars and fall on their tuchuses or start running and really do a tumble. But yeah, I wish they had some better cams, better placements. But like I said, they've changed this around. I've been here before on this site before, but they've changed things around. I think they're worried about privacy. Because like I said, that right there is somebody's apartment. Who wants a webcam aiming at your window? So they're, alright man, get that thing out of there. Alright, well, thanks for watching everybody. We'll talk to you later. We'll be outside making a video tomorrow at the RV park. Might do some cooking. I got some steaks I need to cook up. Alright, talk to you later. Goodbye.